Hello, and welcome to another Dokkan battle video. I know from my voice you're probably asking yourself, why do I not sound excited for this? And that is because these characters came out, and while they are good, they don't help at all. Also, by the way, where's the weakness here? It should be Reps Universe 7, right? Right? Hold on, am I stupid? Is it not Reps? I thought it was. No, yeah, it is. Reps Universe 7 is the weakness, by the way. So since they're AGL, it's pretty much just LR Goku and Frieza doing all the damage here, because none of the Reps team pretty much does any damage whatsoever except for Blue Cow can. So just keep that in mind. So I've been going through this, right? But I've also been eating my burrito from Chipotle that I ordered, and I'm gonna be honest with you. My burrito is feeling significantly more interesting than whatever this EZA has to offer here. Like, just out of like pure, like, I guess, value, I don't feel like these guys are helpful at all to Kale, right? Because while we do need a good Caulifla in the game to help Kale out, what Kale really needed is somebody to help carry her for the first 4 turns, and these guys don't do that. They have literally the same issue that Kale does, where like those early turns are very scary, because if they get hit by literally anything, they just explode. They take like 100k from harder bosses, like right at the start. Granted, they stack up really fast, but like that's pretty much it. They didn't change a whole lot about this unit's kit. Hold on, let me take a bite of my burrito real quick. Yeah, they're like, their kit, it's really the same. It's the same. But with higher base stats, and they can do 2 more supers now. So for, I think, just their base, they can do what, 5 supers plus their hidden potential, which is a 6th, depending on if they're fighting, like depending on the enemy that they're fighting. Which is like good, it's good, but at the same time, like, the characters that these guys want to fight don't really exist right now, except for the 6th anniversary battle. That exists. That one could be pretty hard. Like, they hit really hard in there. Like, that's not something to like mess around with. Like, it's a real fight, I would say. And besides that, there's no real other Universe Survival Saga Pure Sand enemy. You can get the Pure Sand thing from like Broly, but they can't. But Broly cancels dodging, and one of this unit's big things is that they gain up to 66% dodge chance. Granted, they need to do 11 attacks for that. It hasn't changed, by the way. They didn't update that. It's still 11 attacks that they have to do. I mean, it's a little helpful because they can do 5 of them in a single turn. Like that. That's nice. But yeah, it's kind of quirky that they decided not to really change this unit pretty much at all from how they were when they came out. Like, literally, it's literally the exact same passive. Like like getting their additional super attacks against certain enemies, the amount of attack that they get with certain allies, all that's exactly the same. All they did was give them higher base stats, turn their guaranteed additional normal into an additional normal that has a high chance to become a super attack, and then give them an additional super attack, or oh, dodge, nice. They gave them a normal that has a 70% chance to be a super attack when under 66% HP, which if you're running Kale's team, you will be under a lot. So, I mean, I guess that's like fair to them. Many times, bro. I don't care. This is just not what Kale needed. This is like, I feel like we're setting up for something later down the line, and not for Kale, because I feel like Kale is a unit that's designed for a unit that's not out yet, if that makes sense. Stuff like all these characters kind of feel like that. MVP 17 in the Super 17 celebration didn't really feel like he was there to help Super 17 at all. This Kale Caulifla, Kale, like Blue Cow Ken during the anniversary, all these units are feeling like they're setting up for something that's going to happen later and not anything that's being released in the celebration that they came out in, which is a very weird way of going about things. that I'm not the biggest fan of, because I would rather them build characters that are like good now and will be helpful later than characters that are like okay now but will be good with a character who hasn't released yet. It just doesn't feel good to summon for and play for, because like I've been a Kale hater personally, just because Kale, like, I'm sure, like, I know one thing that's been very clear for a lot of people is that Kale herself is very, very strong, and I do agree with that. I think Kale's really, really good, and if Kale had a proper setup, she may be #1 in the game. But the problem with Kale is her team is terrible. She has no help on that team. Those first 4 turns with her team are like trying to fight through mud. It's absolutely awful. It feels terrible to play. Whereas a character like Gamma 1 or God Goku, you just kind of slap them on the team and they perform. That's the kind of character that they need to continue to release. We don't need these like quirky characters that require other characters to function, and then we don't drop the characters that they need. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, we're probably dead, by the way, if this connects. Oh, well, good job. Woohoo! That's a lot of damage. But yeah, like, I don't understand why Dokkan has been doing this recently. God Goku Celebration was fine because like the Vegeta came out and he was actually like pretty solid. And then we had what? The Beerus and Whis and a bunch of other random EZAs. A lot of them were like fine. Beerus and Whis are good, but not really good with God Goku. They don't really work well with him. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Oh, well, no, we're definitely dead. Yeah, 100%. These guys are not gonna take any hits from this. But like, going forward this year, just because we already know that they have everything planned until year 10, which means they had the ideas to make these kind of characters beforehand. They knew what they wanted to do, and there is some sort of like process going to this. They are leading up to something. And with the amount of Universe Survival Saga buffs that we've been getting recently, I have a feeling it's probably going to be like UI Goku versus Jiren at some point this year, which would be pretty good. I would love to see that. And I'm talking like the first fight for UI Goku versus Jiren, not like full power Jiren. I'm thinking that we're going to get like a base Jiren and a blue Goku that turns into UI. Like, not blue Kaioken, just straight up blue Goku. Because we do not even have a blue Goku at all from the Universe Survival Saga. Like, at all. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can double check right now, but I know at the very least there isn't a relevant one. Because, like, Universe Survival Saga Goku is pretty much, like, it was spit out a bunch with UI Goku when he came out. And then they just kind of never touched it again. So let me go check Universe Survival Saga for Blue Goku, because I don't even think we have one in the game. There's Blue Kaioken. We have a God Goku. Oh no, technically the only Blue Goku from Universe Survival Saga is the TUR of STRUI, who doesn't really count, right? So we're in a spot where we could definitely see a transforming Blue to UI and then a new base Jiren. I mean, I guess they technically could make a transforming Jiren, but I just don't feel like that would happen so soon, especially now with a blue Goku that transforms into UI, because that's right from their first fight. He does go full power to the end, so that would be kind of weird. But at the moment, there's a lot of stuff in the Universe of Alpha Saga that we just don't have that I would like to see. Mainly that first fight from UI Goku and Jiren. We don't have an LR Kefla. We could get an LR hit. There is a part 2 to the celebration. I would love to see it. I would like a standalone LR MVP 17. Not one that has Universe 7 in the background, like from the Aniaraza fight, like a legit 17 from the, like, with his art being that pose he made when he was waiting for the wish. That's what I want desperately. It would be so cool. I would love to see that just in my box. And it would also help out a lot of other characters, like especially Golden Friesen 17, MVP 17 with the Aniaraza fight, the physical MVP 17, like especially if it was like a new named character somehow. Alright, I think it would just be cool in general, but they probably wouldn't do anything like that. I'm taking another bite of my burrito while we very slowly go through this EZA. I thought I could have made it a little bit shorter by like going farther in it. Oh, whatever. Can y'all crit? I gave y'all crit. Nah, okay. We really do need buffs for this team. Like, Blue Falcon's great or whatever, right? But he's not an LR, so he wouldn't do damage to this. And he's also STR, so he wouldn't do damage to this twice, and he would take a lot of damage like already does. But like, this was like a dominant team like 2 years ago. The fact that it's fallen so far is kind of ridiculous. Another unit I want to see better represented in this game, Hit. I want a new Hit. If part 2 was Hit, I'll be fine with that. Especially if they gave him a new mechanic. Like, when I played out of this baking, I had an idea where it's a hit card, right? An LR hit, and he has an active skill that functions as a time stop, where for maybe like 1 or 2 turns, max I would say is probably 3, he pauses your health bar. That way you can't take damage for like 1 or 2 turns. I feel like that would be interesting as like a new mechanic. And I'm not talking like a rage mode, but I'm talking like the same effect that rage mode gives you, where your health mode doesn't go down. Like we have like the gray like rainbow health bar, that kind of thing, but with just your regular rotations. That way it feels as if like you're getting a couple free hits in, like how a hit does when he, you know, pauses time. I feel like that would be a good way to implement that into Dokkan, because I feel like there's no real other way that you can implement a time stop besides like a Ghost Usher kind of thing. And I feel like doing something where your health bar is affected would be a little bit more interesting, just overall. But this is the time to experiment. We got 2 more years, minimum. Let's get some more interesting stuff in here. That's what we need to see, is just cooler things. And not literally cooler, because we already had enough cooler. I don't think we're going to be seeing cooler for a while. But like, I want more mechanics. I want more interesting things that are unique to certain characters. Like, it makes sense for KALE and KALIFLA to attack a million times. It makes sense for UI Goku to have a bunch of dodge. Right? It should make sense for Hit to have a time stop. I would like to see some sort of time stop be implemented. I don't know how they would do it, if it's going to just be a Ghost Usher, a really big active skill attack. I feel like that would be the worst part. If it was just an active skill attack, I wouldn't really like that. If it was an attack that also like healed you or something, or like made you immune to damage for and even 1 turn, I feel like that would be nice, because you know how like broken that would be. Like, one of the reasons why like Orange Piccolo is really good is because he makes you immune to damage while doing a bunch of damage for 3 turns max. That's pretty strong, right? But say you gave that an ability and allowed you to use your regular rotations, you'd be outputting blue Kaioken levels of damage while being immune to damage. Y'all understand why that would be crazy, right? Especially if it was Hit. Like, give it to a character who's niche, who's not on a lot of categories, who has really weird teams and like the wonky link sets. Give it to that. Make it broken. Because he's not gonna get many cards. He has 1 Dokkan Fest in the entire game, and an LR that's not even him. Granted, it has Hit links for some reason. It doesn't even have Goku links. It's Hit and got Goku, and there's just Hit links. So you can only really come up with a Hit. But like, Hit has literally like 3 TURs. One of them is a banner like character that is exclusive to a type of banner that you're never gonna get again, kind of deal. And then you got the Hit, who came out in what, 2017. Like, it's time for some. Can you dodge this? Okay. That video getting kind of long. I'm just gonna eat my burrito and talk, man. We still got 2 more fights of this. That's why I don't like this team. I'm old. All these units are old and bad. That's not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. But yeah, I think Hit would be cool. I'd also like to see part 2 LR Kefla. Make her a slot 1 character. That way she helps both LR Kale Caulifla and LR and Dokkan Vs Kale. We need a new slot 1 Universe 6 character. That's, I think, desperately what we need. Or bring back Universe Survival Saga hard enemies. That way we can use Tech Caulifla. And also make it so they don't cancel dodging, because that would kind of ruin the whole point of that. Or they could use a Tech Caulifla. That would be wrong. So she already gets a lot of dodge from her passive. Based on Universe Survival Saga and Peppy Gals. As 8% dodge per. You can get a lot from that. Because like her stats are really low. Because imagine, can you imagine if they easy-aid Caulifla and Kale? Like the Tech Caulifla and the STR Kale. Those units would actually be really helpful. Because like STR Kale guards and like stacks, and Tech Caulifla dodges and stacks. You could get some quirky stuff from that. I think it would work personally, but that's just me. This is a real fire, by the way. Dude, I gotta finish the recording quickly. I got shit to do. Like, I got work in like an hour, and I'm here recording a video. I'm like, I am not even ready for that. And I am only gonna make it this one video. It's 17 minutes. That's a long video. It's probably only be 5 fights, but I failed twice. So, I have about 4 or 5 minutes this video. Really needed to be. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, not 24 key. That's lame. One thing though that I will say. If Universe Survival Saga is coming back to Dokkan, we're probably in for a lot of very interesting things. For instance, God Topo, Jiren, UI Sign. A lot of potential here. Now, there's a lot of stuff that we could also not get that I would be very happy not getting. Ribrianne. I don't want Ribrianne. Do not give me an LR Ribrianne before an LR Kid Buu. I will literally be very upset. Please do not do that. That would be terrible. Who else? Who else do we not want? I don't really care for Dispo. I think he's kind of stupid. I don't like his. He got folded by Frieza and Gohan. Like, we don't need a Dispo. We really don't have that many TOP Ultimate Gohans. I guess technically we could get that as a thing. And Blue Goku. One thing that would be funny though, like if we get a God Goku, I would really want that scene where he punches Caulifla like straight in the gut, like uppercuts like her so hard that she went flying a little bit. That would be funny. I kind of would like to see that as a card. I think we're probably gonna die again. If we die again, I'm ending the video. This is 20 minutes. I'm just gonna end the video. I think I might end the video anyway. I don't really care. To be honest. Cause this event is just long. Oh, ouch. Roshi, do you think 100k per normal? You're like 2 years old, Roshi. Come on now. Yeah, okay. I'm ending the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know how you feel about LR Kale Caulifla. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye. Yeah. Bye bye.